Welcome back to another edition of Talk Nerdy to Me. I am your host, Troy Stegner. Before we get into this review, one favor, subscribe, helps a lot. Pandering done. Looky, comic bookie. Look at that. Web of Spider-Man number 1 was pretty good. Now we got Web of Spider-Man number 2. So we're going to tell you what happened in this one. We still got your if you listened to the review of number 1, you know that Tony Stark, Iron Man, put together a scientific group of kids called the Web, which is the Worldwide Engineering Brigade. And you've got Peter Parker, Doreen Green, who is Squirrel Girl, Onome, who is the daughter of a prominent Wakanda scientist, you can guess who, Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur, and Harley Keener. And I think Web number 1 might have been his first appearance in comics. I believe Harley Keener was the kid from, was it Iron Man 3, when he wrecked in the middle of Winter Wonderland and the kids stayed in the kids' garage there. I believe that's Harley Keener. Obviously, he's a pretty genius kid too. Now, somebody mentioned in the comments for the review on number 1 that this story kind of mirrors the Spider-Man ride at Disney's California Adventures. I don't know. I haven't been to California Adventures. I've been to the one in Orlando, the Islands of Adventure, and from Universal, and it's a completely different Spider-Man ride. But from what I understand, the rides between the two parks are different. So this may be, I mean, if you guys know, let me, say so in the comments. Is this kind of based on that ride in California? If so, I'm fine with that. But the story, they're all getting introduced. They're going to the lab that Tony has set up for them, introducing themselves to each other, and these holographic images start running amok, holographic images of villains, iconic villains, and they're like stealing data out of the data banks. Don't know why they'd have to use holographic images. If you're going to steal data, just jack into it where nobody can see you. Why do you want to leave a trail? But they did. And every time they took one of those holographic images out, it sent more power to the rest of them, so the rest of them got larger and more powerful until there was just one, and the last one was Green Goblin there. So they're trying to stop him before he gets away with all the data, all their personal data and stuff. And the holograph is just too strong for them to stop. So they figure out, hey, whoever's controlling these things is probably close by. So they split up around the building there, the lab, to try to figure out where the person is that's doing this attacking. And Spider-Man takes the roof, and bickety bam, there's a Green Goblin right there. So that's the one they figure is doing all this, and the Goblin starts to take off. Spider-Man latches onto him with a web, and he's thinking, oh, he's going to go to the sky because he can fly. That's going to be his advantage. But he did not. Green Goblin went into the subway tunnels. And they're all trying to figure out a way to stop him, and they figure out they can use electricity or magnetism to kind of erase any data he has on, a portable drive or whatever. So they're trying to route him around through different ways in the subway system there to get him to where they want, so they can pop him with the EMT, I guess. And if you were wondering where, Moon Girl, where she hid Devil Dinosaur, well, you find out because, boom, he's been hiding down in the sewers waiting underneath the lab. And she uses him to block Gobby from going down the one tunnel. So, they eventually get him routed where they want. They electrocute him, and after that, he just kind of disappears. I mean, the glider's still sitting there. They can't figure out where he went. And they also can't figure out why they were trying to get all this information, or how they even knew that the lab was there. what I didn't mention was to get enough energy to build that EMT, that electric shock or whatever, that took out Gabi and hopefully erased the information from the drive. They had to tap into the city's power reserves, and to do that, they knocked out power on the all east side of New York. And who should appear but Iron Man? Yeah, Tony showed up. So you got some splaining to do. You know, why is half of New York out of power? And that's where that one ends. So, yeah, they got to answer to Papa Tony now about, yeah, you guys were successful in thwarting the attack, but you did a little bit of damage in the meantime. Web of Spider-Man #2, I'm still going to tell you, subscribe. I think this is definitely a good pull list comic. The first one was pretty good. It set down the groundwork for all the characters. This one, you're starting to find out how well they work together. They did pretty decent as a team. And I'm hoping this one we find out more. Let me know if this is really based on that California Adventure Ride. That's really bugging me now. I need to know. But anyway, that's my review. Web of Spider-Man #1. Definite subscription. Keep it on your folder. If you like this video, you'd like to see more like it, subscribe, man. It don't cost nothing. It's free. It helps us with the metrics so we can do more videos like this for you guys. And while you're at it, hit the bell icon. You'll be notified whenever we put up a new video. And until you see that new video, later, nerds.
Get nerdy with me. Tell me what game that you get on. Is it card or read? What kind of class do you play, girl? In an RPG.